Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. Hope you guys all enjoyed the Super Bowl. Let me know if you guys will just enjoyed it overall. I'll make this video a little bit right before the game ends, so I actually don't even know who is actually winning as of this current moment because, well, by the time it's probably uploaded, you guys will actually have the whole entire game done. So congrats whoever does go and win, and as well, let me know your kind of thoughts and comments and commercials, all the type of stuff down below. But we actually have a very intriguing thing when it comes to Xbox. We're now seeing once again more news on the next updated Xbox. Now, there's a little bit of rumors where it's either going to be the next mid-gen resolution, or it's kind of like, hey, we're gonna have like a refresh, like a PS5 Pro, or some people are just assuming it's gonna be the next pure Xbox. Like, just imagine like the PS6, Xbox 2, whatever it might be. They always have really wonky names, from the 360 to the 1 to all that stuff. So we don't necessarily know exactly what they're gonna call it. But right now, it kind of seems like they're gonna be following in PlayStation's footsteps. Well, there's actually being now a somewhat optional accessory that's gonna be included into your console itself, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. So we're gonna talk about that ourselves. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We got that Twitter and Twitch down below. We have the Weibo link too as well, in case you'd like to go and follow. And of course, let's go and dive on into the video itself. So as you guys probably know, right now we have the PlayStation 5 Slim, which actually added a brand new thing in the gaming sphere, which is more talking about the removable disk drive. Now, the removable disk drive itself is pretty nifty and pretty cool, to the fact of it lets you go and have a pure digital console, so think the PS5 Digital on prior and the current PS5 Slim, and it kind of lets you go have the option to either make it to a disc console or keep it as a pure digital console regardless. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of it because the price point's a little high. Let's say you want to get the normal $450 digital, and then you have to go pay $80 for the detachable disk drive. It does go run up the entire portion of $530 plus tax versus a normal console at $500. Now, it kind of seems like at this point, Xbox will be following suit, where they'll be having a very similar hardware update to as well, where they want to have that same idea, where they have a pure digital-based console, and that pure digital-based console will turn into something a little bit more on the intriguing side, such as a detachable disk drive that can be added towards as well. So they're going into over here too, where a new Xbox, basically a Xbox's rumor next-gen console, is to feature a separately sold external disk drive with a mid-generation refresher fully canceled and more. Now, there's a lot of stuff to keep on wrapping too as well. We'll make a few more videos on Xbox too, but basically we're also kind of seeing more updates on the, just a lot of everything. So do a quick little refresher. We might have a more specialized videos and other stuff. Basically talking about the fact that they're going to have this next big update. A pure digital Xbox is going to be our next one. Maybe a Pro version, maybe just like Generation 10. We're not really entirely sure because it's leaks in early stages right now. It's like a little while, even on the PS5 Pro. It's got a little while for that one, but it kind of seems like they want to follow suit on this same strategy. We have this bonus console, you have a chance to make it purely digital, you get to save some money, and you get to go from there. They're also saying the Microsoft director's LinkedIn profile had PlayStation and the Switch listed as part of the business strategy amid growing concerns about Xbox's exclusivity future. A new Xbox next-gen console hardware update has dropped, and the new rumor claims that the next Xbox console will be an external disk drive that can be bought separately. Furthermore, the leaked mid-gen Xbox refresh has been canceled. As per rumors elsewhere, a Microsoft director's LinkedIn profile had PlayStation and Switch listed as part of the business strategy, and that was quickly removed when people noticed. So furthermore, there are several physical Xbox games from small publishers which are being canceled on GameStop's internal systems, but are still actually available for pre-order, and so there's a lot of just random general updates too as well. So first off, we want to talk about this. We actually have a tweet over here from Idle Swall saying, according to middle-age gaming, middle-age gaming, I've never heard of them before, but they have a little host themselves. The next Xbox consoles will have an external disk drive available that can be purchased separately. The Xbox mid-generation refresh consoles have apparently been scrapped, and then he speculates that the new controller Selby will come out for the next generation consoles too as well. And then here is the clip I'll go chime into as well.
I did hear whispers of a while ago. Well, first of all, that refresh was completely canceled. I heard about that a month ago.
A lot of people are saying this refresher, this kind of this mid-tier kind of combination with the PS5 Pro, the competition for, has now been apparently canceled.
So I got that message from my person saying, oh, just so you know, that hardware refresh and any hardware refresh before next gen have been completely scrapped off the table.
So basically, we also had a lot of big leaks, I would say, when it comes to the games as a whole and Xbox as a whole, especially from today and especially from podcasts. Basically saying, hey, they might have wanted to do it But I'm almost assuming, like, just based on the low sales of the Xbox, they just want to keep going for it, like, just keep on working the Series S and the X, and more so maybe focus on PC and maybe like other things like, say, TVs, etc. Like, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, like, if they're not competing with PlayStation as much, why have a mid-console refresher? The PS5 Pro will probably win that regardless. Why not maybe try to get the next Xbox out a little bit earlier and maybe have like a first initial step? That make a lot of sense. Or maybe just part two, you just don't have the money for it, don't have the time for it, want to go expand into like the publishing side. Like, there's a lot of various reasons why it makes sense business-wise.
So I'm like, okay, but whatever. I didn't care anyway. I wasn't gonna buy it, but it was just.
I probably wouldn't buy it either, to be fully honest. I never bought an Xbox myself. All my Game Pass stuff's on PC. You guys, if you guys watch the channel a lot, you guys kind of know that. But at the same time, there is still gusto for it either way.
Just knowledge. The only thing I had question of is I really want that Xbox controller with the haptics and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I want that too as well. The separate conversation.
I want the DualSense 5 Xbox controller they were talking about. That'd be really cool. However, they're probably scrapping that for next gen too. That would be my guess.
Which makes sense. Put it on the next console. Either way, that kind of makes a lot of sense too, regardless.
They were like, why release just the controller and then try to implement that technology into the current hardware?
Which I kind of agree. It's kind of like the PS5. Whenever the PS5 with the adaptable feedback controller, it just seemed a lot more easy to go have it on a brand new console than try to go put it in the PS4. You know, makes sense.
No point. They might as well just hang on to it, release it with the next gen console. So I could see that. As for all digital, I did hear also some whispers about that what they were gonna do is that they were gonna have all digital consoles, and if you wanted a hard drive, you'd have to purchase it separately.
So that's kind of like what I was trying to go and say with this video too, with this kind of brand new technology, where they number one want to push new controllers, which is always nice. You want to have them somewhat copy, in like the good way copy, like the innovation copy, not like the bad copy. You want to have them go and copy the PlayStation 5 controllers, where they have a little bit more like in-depth control, better feelings with it, more immersive into the games you're playing, like all that type of stuff. Like, I think that is a win regardless. But it is kind of intriguing to see that these companies want to go push for this weird detachable disk drive. Now, I think it works. Like, if you want to have a pure digital console, most people want that. I, on my PC, don't even have a disk drive on my PC. I've had this PC for a long time, for all my iterations and updates. Maybe a USB drive to install Windows, sure, but that's all you really need. You don't really need to have a disk drive anymore. Most people on PC who use like things like Steam, Epic Games Launcher, or just any type, even Game Pass has its own Xbox app on PC, so you don't really necessarily need to have a disk drive. And now as we keep on getting more and more into the digital age, where most people like to either stream or use the cloud streams or Game Pass, or even just go and download the games from servers themselves, whether it's just downloading for free like Fortnite or actually downloading the game day one to launch, it saves a lot of time. You don't have to go drive, you don't have to pick up games at Walmart, you don't have to worry about games breaking, losing games, whatever. And I think most people are going for it. But just the disk drive is weird. Because if the price points were normal, let's say it's always $50 for this, Xbox would be an extra $50 for it, I'm okay with it. But PlayStation did a little bit of a weird, greedy route where they kind of went for like an extra $30, $40 to make profit on it and try to go and incentivize people to buy the bigger console, which already also has built-in profit margins regardless. Now, Xbox would probably do the same thing. I don't mind if consoles go pure digital. I don't mind if they are digital in the first place. I get it. Like, I understand it. But when it comes to life as a whole, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, I think it's weird. I think it's like kind of like a weird new standardization where you don't really need it. I think just having the disc drive included should just be a nice bonus for consoles. Like, a lot of people will buy games, but this also maybe ties into where Xbox is trying to get rid of all their in-store discs, such as like in Walmart and Target, Best Buy, etc. So maybe they're trying to go and just save down costs because they don't have to mass produce these games. They don't have to worry about it. Just go buy it on Game Pass or download it. Like, in my mind, that seems okay. Like, I'm not against that idea. But the part two of that is that, why? Like, why do we always have to keep on paying extra money? Why do we have to keep on worrying about this? I don't think it's the big deal. Like, if you don't want it, don't buy it. Like, I get that mindset. But it's kind of weird that we see Xbox even introducing this in the first place. Now, do I think this is going to happen in the next few years? I do kind of agree. Like, if it's already working for PlayStation, somewhat standardized, it makes sense. But the part two of this is that in the future, more and more and more people are going to just be buying games online, downloading games online, streaming on things like Game Pass and other various things. Like, it makes sense. You know, why not? It makes sense. But the part two of that is also like, well, if we have the options there, which you do have the disc drives, I think that's also kind of a win. I don't like spend the extra money on it. I'd rather be included. Like, I like having a good value for the consoles I buy, but I guess it makes sense at the end of the day. You know, if PlayStation makes it work and people aren't complaining too much about it, I didn't like it, but like, I didn't also buy it. I just have my original PlayStation. That's fine with me. But like, it makes sense why they have it, you know? I don't know. But at least we're actually hearing kind of good news too, that it might just be trying to focus purely on the next generation Xbox and make that a little bit nicer, a little bit better. I think that's a win. I think we approve on that. But also part two of all this type of stuff is that, well, who kind of cares, I guess? Like, if you're getting rid of all the games in Walmarts and Targets, we're not going to really need discs anymore. So, like, who cares? Like, you cannot care. You can't even buy the games anyway. There may be a few collector's editions or something, but at the end of the day, you just download online, do it on Game Pass. You don't really need to have the disc drive. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's an okay update for me. Now, I'm not sure some people will be upset about it, which is why I'm making the video. You guys kind of agree with me where it's, you kind of want to have it. You kind of like the physical. I've always liked the physical myself. I grew up on physical games. I still have all my physical games from my GameCube and N64 back in the day. But I just kind of want to hear your thoughts on all this down below. Kind of cool to see more stuff on controllers and next generation Xbox. So maybe touch on that in a separate video. So subscribe for that. And of course, we have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. We have the Webull down below. You can sign up, deposit a bunch of random free money. You guys get a bunch of free stock, and everything else is all linked down below too as well. The Twitter and Twitch, if you guys want to hang out. Let me know about the Super Bowl too as well. Like I said, I made this right before it actually ends, and I appreciate y'all so much for watching here in the first place.